Matt, you've had a free week, yet it's felt like a quick week with a Friday night game following. I imagine this hasn't been a week where you've basked in the result that you had at the weekend.
No, far from it. As with every game that you ever play in, there's some really good bits and some bits that you want to improve on. So we've gone after that this week. There was some, again, last Saturday was a very pleasing result. The character, resilience and togetherness was amazing. Defensively we were very, very good, but there's lots that we needed to go after again this week, and we've just kept working hard and the boys have been great again.
People will judge you on results, but how inconsistent do you think, or not, performances have been in recent weeks?
I think they've been fairly consistent, if I'm honest. I think if you look at, we had some really tough away games, like we've mentioned before, where we've gone and picked up points on the road when I know people wouldn't have expected us to. I think maybe the glaring thing is that it's taken us a couple of home games to get that first win. But I look back at the Bristol City and QPR games, and we had the better chance in the two. Birmingham game, not much in it, but probably beaten by their better team, and we've spoken about the Norwich game a couple of times. So I think there's been a fairly good consistency about us, especially defensively, solid in our shape, and we're trying to add other attacking outlets to us as well, right? And I think the squad's getting stronger, we're getting players back fit, so the competition's rising, and I think that there's been a fairly decent consistency about us, and that's one thing that maybe we've been lacking this season.
And can I put it to you that away from home, perhaps even more so?
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, right? And I think so far it's been okay. Even Sheffield United, there was a lot to like. We conceded at really bad times, I thought, in that game just before half time, and not long after. So I felt like actually there was loads of parts of that in a really tough away game that was nice. We had some really tough games on the road, but the lads have been there, been together again. Lots of things to like, and we know that tomorrow night going to Preston that we're going to have all of that out on show, because the amount of experience and know-how and knowledge in the Championship that Preston have in their camp, and we've got to be right at it if we want anything from the game.
Was last weekend quite instructive though, that other teams are going to have bad weeks, you're going to have good weeks, that it's going to be a roller coaster, but also was there a little bit of an injection of belief that you could do it this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that especially coming at home in front of our supporters and that togetherness that we felt at the end, it's really important to build relationships and build that trust and camaraderie as a group of people who want to go and achieve something. And I think to have that big home day, we needed it at some point, and sooner rather than later. So that was really, really good day for us, and we have to just put that in the back pocket. We enjoyed it, but it was done. As soon as I got back in the office, it was right. Preston Friday night. How do we need to win that game? So, but we needed that result at home, and we got that. And we have to now get feet back on the ground like we have, and make sure we're ready tomorrow evening.
In many respects, your team, in fact everyone, worked so hard to get yourself back into the race, at least from other people's perspective. You don't want to lose that now.
No, we don't want to lose it. We've fought incredibly hard to grab that belief and that initiative, and we don't want to lose it. We want to use that little bit of confidence and belief and momentum in our favour. Of course we do. So it's just using that, and I want everyone to be excited. I want our supporters to believe and be excited. I'm really pleased that there's been lots of talk about we can get ourselves above the line and all the different connotations that can happen this weekend, and I'm really pleased about that. I have to say as well, thank you to our supporters, to go all the way to Middlesbrough, to Stoke on a Wednesday night, to Preston on a Friday evening. I've been told that, either people are going to get there late or they've taken days off work, and all the stuff that goes into supporting your club. It has to be mentioned because we're very fortunate to be employed in an industry that we love, and I know how much people put into supporting their team. So we want our supporters to go and cheer a team that they're proud of, and we're putting everything in to be that team for them.
How is everyone?
Yeah, not too bad. Hidder's been ill this week, so he might miss out. He's missed out on a few days training, so he might miss out. But apart from that, I think we've got a decent bill of health. Jamie, McDonnell and Brodie are back in amongst it, which is great to have those boys back. Both been really good for us over the last little while, so really pleased to have those boys back available.
Can I just ask you about the decision taken to have, from next season, right down to 8th in terms of getting into the playoffs? I mean, it feels like most seasons there's something on it for most teams right to the end, but now it's just going to add to the competitive status, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, especially when the prize is so huge getting to the Premier League. it's going to elongate the season for a few more clubs, and going to give, usually that middle part of any league is really congested, so it's going to give lots of clubs that carrot right to the end, and I think it's going to make what is an exciting division even more exciting.
Just on that quickly, how do you feel about a team potentially finishing eighth? Well, finishing eighth, potentially getting promoted to the Premier League. I suppose from a manager's perspective, if it's your club, you're obviously going to say.
It depends whether you finish the season or third or eighth, I guess. It just, with the playoffs, as with anything, there's positives and negatives. If it's just top three automatics, the season would die a lot earlier for a lot of teams, and we'd all be bemoaning the fact that our team has nothing to play for. If we elongate it even further, there's going to be people that don't agree with it. I'm not part of the decision-making process, so I'm just really fortunate to be employed in an industry that I love, and it is what it is. It's going to be great for somebody and possibly not so great for somebody else, and that's kind of life.
Yeah, back to your team, Oxford United. It's good to see a few of the January signings settling in a little bit more. Eunice played really well at the weekend, didn't he?
He did.
Idemo is coming into his own a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. As with any new signing, obviously the best time to sign someone is in the summer, where they have 6 weeks pre-season to settle in, get to know their surroundings and understand their role in the team. January signings, some people come in and feel like they've been here forever, and other players take a little bit of time. Eunice is a young boy who's exposing himself to first team football, the real exposure. I know he's played before, but that championship season with us, half a season, and he's just getting stronger, and it's great to have his energy and legs in the middle of the pitch. Last week I thought he did great, and Idemo as well is just getting stronger each game, so we brought all those boys to the football club for a reason, and it's lovely to have lots contributing now.
Preston are in a very different place to the reverse fixture. Obviously you went there for that one at the start of December. Couple their form with some good away performances from Oxford recently. Is this as good a time as any to go and get something from that game?
This is a game against very good opposition with loads of championship know-how. We just know we're going to have to be at our very best if we want to take anything from the game. Again, it's not my place to start writing stories around whether it is or isn't a good time. It's a tough place to go, a really tough place under the lights, and we're going to have to be at our very best if we want to take anything from the game.
Yeah, and it's a game ahead of two, on paper, big games against Blackburn at home and Charlton at home as well. Important to go and get something to take into those two games as well. Yeah,
I think you'll know me well enough to know what I'm going to say. We just have to concentrate on tomorrow night. I apologise for being boring. We'll get to next week when we get there. First and foremost, the boys have trained really well this morning. We'll get on the coach, we'll head north and prepare the best we possibly can, and try and control everything that we can control, and we have to go out tomorrow evening and control our performance, and if we can control the performance, then hopefully it's enough to get something from the game.
Just out of interest, do you prefer Friday night games? Do you like being the first to play and watching the rest pan out, or do you prefer 3 p.m?
As a player, I used to love evening games. It just felt like there was more atmosphere and whatever else. I think that we've played Sunday the last few weeks. We played on a Tuesday, we played on a Wednesday, we played on a Saturday afternoon. 12:30 kickoffs, 3 o'clock kickoffs. I think modern football's at all times, right? So you just deal with the fixtures as they're given to you.